Are we rolling? I think we are. Sorry, and you see the ring lights in my eyes. I am here today, finally. Gary, I'm sorry it took me a while. Gary from Urban Yarn. He and Crystal are my buddies. I know they're everybody's buddies, right? But they do show up on my live sometimes. And Gary tagged me to do these 10 questions. And I'm not going to tag anybody in particular because I don't know who's all done this yet. I'm kind of at the tail end doing it. And I did these on my live, not one day, but 2 days. And asked my subscribers, you know, to chime in with their answers also. But anybody who has not done the answers to these 10 questions, that Crystal from BOD, she started it. And like I say, Gary from Urban Yarn did it also. So if you haven't seen Crystal, she's the one who started it all. Make sure you check out BOD. We all know Crystal. And Gary from Urban Yarn, check out their answers if you haven't. And if you haven't done it yet, do it. If you've never even done a video before, this could be it. It's so easy to just jump on and answer some questions about stuff we love. Yarn! I got just some of my favorites here. Okay, let's see. The first one, what is my favorite color of yarn? Well, right now, it goes with the seasons. I love, overall, fall's my favorite season. Even though I'm a March baby, I love spring too, and I love winter, and I love summer. I love being in North Carolina because of the change of seasons. I do love the change. But a fall palette is gorgeous with the earth tones and all. But so if I had to pick just one favorite, I would have to pick that palette, that fall palette, the beautiful golds and purples and reds and oranges and brown tone, you know, just all those. But I go with the seasons. So look at this gorgeous yarn, and it's got sparkles in it. Barbara, she goes by Whisper, SDI. She lives in the, oh shoot, Barbara, where do you live? The Netherlands. And she dyes gorgeous yarn. She gifted me this, y'all. It's been a while and I've got that much of a shawl done, I'm ashamed to say. Y'all know how I am with the whips. It's crazy. Here's some more beautiful spring colors. And I'll tell you where I got this later when we talk about favorite yarn companies and that kind of thing. But right now, and this was gifted to me by Dana Wanderlust Crochet. Both of these are Hobby Lobby yarns. But look at these colors. Aren't they gorgeous? This is something about finch feather or something like that. Anyway, we'll get more into those later. So right now, like pastels and, you know, some of these other colors I just showed you. And here's a favorite, an ice yarn. And that one is that Picasso? Maybe. Anyway, okay, so favorite colors, it kind of depends on the season. Favorite weight of yarn, probably a lace weight fingering. I can't do just one. Lace weight fingering and sport weight. I know it's crazy that I like these tiny ones because then it takes me forever. It didn't take that long just to do these rows of knitting, but of course knitting does take longer than crochet. But I love crochet too, but I just love the looks of some items that are knitted. Okay, so I wish that I did love and I like bulkies and chunkies and that too. I'm just getting around to where I like those better. But I wish I did like, you know, Crystal's favorite is a number 5. Number 5 weight, chunky. Oh, I wish I was like that. Then I could get a whole lot more done, but I'm coming around. My favorite style of yarn, like Crystal's, it's roving. Roving like, well, like this one that I showed. See, it's like just one strand, really. It's not plied. And sometimes, like Crystal says, they go from thick to thin. Now, this one doesn't so much. And this is, again, I think this one's Picasso ice yarn. But this, I've lost the band off of this. This is either Landscapes or Unforgettable. I love both of those very much. But I don't know if you can see it that much on this one. It going from a thick to a thinner. But see, like, that's a lot thin. Sometimes they go really, really, really thin to a lot thicker. This one's a little more consistent, but look at the colors of that. That sort of reminds me of fall with that copper in there, but then the other colors make me think spring. So, let's see. So, roving is favorite style. Favorite fiber is wool. Again, like Crystal. More, though, for fall and winter, as it's very warm. And cotton and bamboo. I have to write stuff down. I have to make notes. I'm so squirrely. Cotton, 100% cottons, and bamboo, 100% bamboo, and cotton and bamboo blends for the spring and summer especially. My favorite brand of yarn that I can get easily within my country, I would have to say, is probably Lion Brand. They have been just coming out with so many new yarns. It's hard to keep up with. And Unforgettable, that's Red Heart, isn't it? Unforgettable and Landscapes, that might be Red Heart. Or is it like I need the doggone bands on things and I lose them. Oh well. But Lion Brand, they have so many different kinds, and just the new ones they just crank them out. The only thing I don't like about them is discontinuing ones that we just love. I guess to make way for new ones. Keep them and just add new ones too, but then I don't know. There's a reason, I'm sure. And I love that that's a family-owned business, Lion Brand is. You know, Shira Roars and the She Show, and now they've hooked up with whatever the National Mental Health Group is. They've paired together, you know, talking about how knitting and crochet are such, you know, good for our minds as well as our souls, just relaxing us and getting us in a happy place. And family-owned business, and I think it's like one of the oldest, if not the oldest, yarn company, at least in our country, and maybe, I don't know if it's the world or not, but that's neat, I think. Let's see, what is my favorite brand that isn't easy to get within our country? And I don't know. I guess most everything's easy to get these days. Lately, I've been loving lots of the yarns that, again, Crystal shows. And I don't think it's hard to get them now. But so I really don't know about that. Ice yarn, even all the way from Turkey. And that's where this Picasso I just showed. I think, yeah, this is Picasso. And I just got an order I got a really nice birthday gift from some of my friends that went together and got me the nicest gift certificate from our friend Gia, the yarn nut. And you can get Ice Yarn. She's right here in the States. So, you know, that big shipping price you pay when you order from Ice Yarns. And the yarn is really, really cheap, but then that shipping is like a crazy price. However, if you put it together, the yarn, you know, divvy it up with how many, do the math, like get the total and divide it by the number of skeins, balls, whatever you get, it still comes out to a good deal. But I love giving Gia, the yarn nut, yarnnutYarns.com, I think it is, or yarnnutYarn.com. Give Gia your business. She sells Ice Yarn, plus she sells some Hobium's yarn, and I think Doris and a couple others. So that Noro yarn, I'm liking it more and more lately, but I wouldn't say they're really hard to get now. So favorite yarn store online, Gia, the one I just said. Also, I love Expression Fiber Arts. That's where I got all these beautiful, what is this made of? Why don't I keep actually, I think the bands might be stuck in the middle of these. Trying to feel. I'm a yarn proctologist sticking. This has a bunch of, is it mulberry silk? But it's probably, you know, wool too. But it's a lot of the silk. It's gorgeous to work with. See how it's looking there? Probably the back of it. That shawl that I started. And I didn't have this green to begin with. It was a darker gold and then this, but I lost it. Y'all, it's been, you know, a good while back. So Expression Fiber Arts, they are not a brick and mortar store, but that's Chandy. She comes on Fridays with a free pattern Friday. Beautiful patterns and gorgeous hand-dyed yarns. So check out Expression Fiber Arts. Okay, so favorite yarn store online, it would be Gia, Yarn Nut. It's either yarnnut.com or yarnnutYarn. I just wrote down yarnnut.com, but I think it's yarnnutYarn. Sorry. And favorite brick and mortar store would be probably Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and even all my Premier yarns over there, but even Dollar Tree. I love it that Dollar Tree, and golly, I don't have it over here. They've got some beautiful flowers yarn. This is the Crafter's Secret, and there's also some black and some white here as well. And I think they've got some new colors now, some yellow and some lighter pink. If you're Dollar Tree, I know Canada, I don't think, doesn't have them, and some other places. We're lucky here in the States to have so many places to get yarn, but I love the Premier Just Yarn, the regular worsted weight, and then they've got a chunky, and then they've got the flowers yarn. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't bring that over here. It's hard for me to get up and down, or I'd grab it. And one of my beautiful subscribers just blessed me with a bag just filled with some of her stash of that flowers yarn. Thank you so much, Nancy. She's got yarn too. Okay, do you keep, oh, here's a couple other, you know, I said Dana Wanderlust Crochet. She blessed me with this. She also blessed me with this gorgeous yarn from Hobby Lobby. Soft and Sleek DK. Oh, y'all, this is so soft and squishy. As we're talking yarn, I had to bring some over with me. It makes me mad. I can see that flowers yarn right over there, but I just can't get to it with my bum. Knees and legs, feet, and all that stuff. Gosh, I'm going on and on. But I love yarn. Hey, look at my shirt that came from Hobby Lobby Yarnologist. Aren't we all? Self-professed. I'm sorry, y'all. I just had a thing that came on that said low battery. Low battery. Oh no, I got to plug in. I meant to do that before I started. This cord goes up. It's about 10 feet of cord. Don't stop. Okay, let's see. Do you keep, this is number 8. Do you keep scrap yarn? If so, what do you do with it? Yeah, I keep, you know, if it's just a little tiny bit, no. But I know people that do. And if you keep enough of it, then it's enough to stuff. People that do amigurumi, and I want to learn everything, all the stuff. How to knit socks. I haven't done wearables yet, y'all, and I've been knitting forever. And crocheting just, you know, not so long, but anyway, I will learn to do all that stuff. I do keep larger, you know, like from a fourth of a skein to a half a skein or so. I do keep those, but I don't really do scrappy projects. Before the pandemic, I went to the senior center once a week, and we used to take big bags of my scrap yarn to this one lady that would take them, and either she used them to make prayer shawls, or she took them to a nursing home where either the residents made them or somebody made them for the residents. I'm not sure, but I used to give them to her. Now I'm just kind of saving them, so that they will go to somebody at some time, or I will start making scrap blankets and things like that. But I don't like to have a million ends if I can help it. So okay, what is my favorite thing to crochet or knit? And it's for crochet, it's rectangular wraps and moss stitch. And for knitting, it's this shawl pattern. This one in particular, it makes a, this is actually the back of it. This is the neck. It has a little open lace work there, and it's just it'll be a triangular shawl. Love making, and not just these patterns, but these are the ones I mainly do. And I've started making a wrap and half double. I enjoy doing that too, but moss stitch I love in crochet. Let's see. If I could crochet or knit one last thing for the rest of my life, I don't understand the wording of that exactly. For the rest of my life, I'm going to do one thing.